Most men have it all wrong. They think flashing money, driving expensive cars, or showing off a luxury lifestyle is the ultimate key to winning a woman's heart. They believe that if they get rich enough, women will naturally flock to them. But here's the brutal truth. Money alone won't make you the kind of man she truly desires. You've seen it happen before. A guy has wealth, status, and everything society says makes him successful, yet he still gets cheated on, disrespected, or left for someone else. Meanwhile, a broke bartender with nothing but confidence and presence can have women hanging on his every word. Why? Because money might get her attention, but it's not what makes a man irreplaceable. What I'm about to share with you is something most men will never understand. They'll waste their lives chasing wealth, thinking it's the golden ticket, while ignoring the real forces that make a man truly magnetic. But you're about to be different. These 3 things I'm about to reveal will set you apart for life, not just in dating, but in how you command respect, navigate the world, and become the kind of man who never begs for attention, but effortlessly attracts it. And here's where Stoicism comes in, not as an outdated philosophy, but as the ultimate weapon in a man's arsenal. The ancient Stoics understood something that modern men have forgotten. Your power doesn't come from what you have, but from who you are. Master these principles, and you won't just win in dating, but in every aspect of life. Before we dive in, take a moment to subscribe to the Stoic route if you're ready to transform your mindset and relationships using the power of Stoicism. Every video is a step toward mastering yourself and building stronger, more meaningful connections. Now, let's get into it. Number 1. Emotional control. The silent power that separates men from boys. Imagine this. You're on a date. The conversation is flowing, she's laughing, and everything feels perfect. Then, bam! The waiter spills wine all over your shirt. The entire restaurant goes silent, eyes locking onto you, waiting for your reaction. Most men would flinch. Their faces would turn red, frustration bubbling to the surface. Maybe they'd snap at the waiter, grumble under their breath, or try to laugh it off. But the irritation would still be written all over their face. And in that split second, something shifts in the woman's mind. She sees weakness, a man who can't handle a minor inconvenience. If he crumbles under this, what happens when real pressure hits? Now imagine a different reaction. You glance down at your shirt, smirk, and say, "Well, I was going for a new look anyway." The tension shatters, the room exhales, and she leans in closer instead of pulling away. Why? Because in that moment you showed something no luxury car, 6-figure bank account, or designer watch ever could. You are unshaken, unbreakable, and that makes her feel safe with you. Women don't just hear your words, they feel your presence. A man who remains calm under pressure is irresistible because life is full of chaos. Job losses, arguments, personal crises. A man who crumbles under stress isn't just unattractive, he's a liability. But a man who stands firm, who laughs in the face of discomfort and keeps moving forward, that's powerful. Some of the greatest men in history, emperors, warriors, leaders, were masters of emotional control. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire through war, betrayal, and plagues, yet he remained composed and unmoved by the chaos around him. That's what set him apart. Stoicism teaches that real power lies in how you respond to life's storms. The next time life punches you in the face, ask yourself, will you lose control and reveal your weakness? Or will you do what only the rarest men do, stay calm, collected, and in complete command? Trust me, she will notice. Number 2, purpose. The fire that separates kings from peasants. Picture a guy who wakes up with no urgency, no direction, no fire. He rolls over, grabs his phone, and spends the first hour of his day scrolling mindlessly, watching other men live the life he secretly wishes he had. He resents their success, but does nothing to change his own situation. This kind of man doesn't attract, he repels. Women can sense it instantly. A man without a mission is a man without weight in the world. He blends into the background, forgettable. Now, imagine another man. He wakes up before the sun, not because he has to, but because he wants to. His mind is locked onto his mission, whether it's building a business, mastering a craft, pushing his body to new limits, or creating something that will outlive him. He doesn't chase validation, he chases legacy. Here's the irony. While the first guy is out there chasing women, hoping for approval, the man on his mission doesn't even have to try. Women naturally gravitate toward him. Why? Because a man obsessed with something greater than himself radiates a different kind of energy. It commands respect. It makes people stop and take notice. And women, they feel it in their bones. Take Epictetus. Born into slavery, he had every excuse to be weak and aimless. But instead of drowning in self-pity, he sharpened his mind, built an unbreakable mindset, and became one of history's most influential philosophers. That's purpose. Most men don't want to hear this, but you don't need $1 million to have purpose. You don't need a perfect background, you just need one thing, a reason to wake up and go to war with yourself. Because when you move with purpose, the world reacts differently. Men respect you, women notice you, and most importantly, you respect yourself. Number 3, integrity, the backbone of a man's worth. Imagine this, a guy promises his girlfriend he'll help her move on Saturday. She counts on him, but last minute, his friends invite him to a party. He makes an excuse, cancels on her, and thinks it's no big deal. Wrong, because it's not about one broken promise. It's about the kind of man he is when no one is watching. Women have an instinct for this. They sense a man's true nature not by his words, but by the consistency of his actions. And in a world full of men who cut corners and break promises, a man of integrity is rare, and what's rare is valuable. Seneca once said, "The greatest wealth is a content mind," but I'd go further. A clear conscience is just as valuable. A man who stands by his principles even when it's hard earns real respect. Look at Cato the Younger, so unshakable in his values that even Julius Caesar, the most powerful man in Rome, feared and hated him. That's integrity. Here's the brutal truth. Money catches her eye, but emotional control, purpose, and integrity make her stay. A man without integrity is unstable, unreliable. And without respect, love dies. So here's the real question. When no one is watching, are you still the man you claim to be? Because she'll know, and so will you. If this made you think, don't just leave it here. Apply it. Become the man you claim to be. Drop a comment below and type character over currency, because money fades, but character lasts. Hit like, subscribe to the Stoic Route, and let's keep unlocking the truths most men never dare to explore. Let's make it happen.